Peter is a great example of a true philanthropic leader. I think not only does he have the personality, but he has the mindset. I mean, I think Peter is a very humble person to start with, and I had the joy of getting to know him over the last few years, and I've seen that demonstrated in a number of different ways, but I think moreover, he's got great integrity.
I saw in Peter a humanist. I saw in Peter a person who understood the differences around him and how he could actually attract people like me back into the university to actually help this institution through his leadership attain the 21st century philanthropy model.
He is an inspirational leader. He draws from a deep wellspring of energy, of values, of knowledge.
He certainly was immediately engaged and really was someone you really liked to be around. And what came out very quickly was his humility. He never assumed the position, he assumed the person.
And he brings to his leadership deep values in terms of how you treat people, in terms of the way in which diverse perspectives and worldviews can contribute to better outcomes, in terms of wanting to make the world a better place and how students can be agents for change.
It's a huge university that's going places, but its benchmark is the world. And for me, as I look at Australia and say, what does our wonderful country offer? It offers people like Peter Hoy.
A lot of the students that go to University of Queensland are making phenomenal contributions all around the world, and he's kind of reconnecting that back with the university, and I think that that's only going to speak volumes for the future of UQ. So I think Peter is very smart because he realized that that opportunity potentially wasn't being tapped into. So I give him an enormous amount of credit, and I'm really proud he's won this award.
Well, here's a great example of how Peter's commitment to the university, to its students, have created a really life-changing outcome.
I was born and raised in Stanthorpe and went to the local high school, got involved in a lot of sports.
The farm was always the centre of our universe.
I guess I could sense from a pretty early age that things weren't too great. I remember like a morning before school when Dad was just crying at the dining table, just bawling his eyes out, and we didn't really know what was wrong, but some contract had fell through with the trucks, and he was just like, well, what am I going to do now? I've got nowhere to go to work this week. Those early years of high school were, really tough on my parents financially and emotionally, and then I got a phone call from my dad while I was actually at school, and it was during morning tea, and Dad was crying on the other line.
It was at the point where we couldn't send Adam to university. We couldn't fund it, we couldn't rent a house for him, we couldn't do anything. We were in a really bad way at that time.
But as it turned out, he was crying because he said, Adam, you've got the Young Achievers Scholarship.
It was just, wow. My boy's going to uni. We've got photos in the house of him sitting on the steps of the uni. Very proud moment.
I'm very proud of my achievements within the Young Achievers program. It's had such a great impact on myself, and it's having such a great impact on hundreds of students. I'm ready to start my career because of the Young Achievers program.